Hi, this is Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. This is another battle on the Clan Wars global map for the Renaissance event. This is VALOR clan versus Indonesian clan KTKID Indonesia. And it's on the basic front, so 10v10. And we're following Mello from VALOR clan. Mello's former member of PD clan, so we know him well, and he was in Atlas as well, so he's a very good player, and he's in his EBR 105 with 2 marks on the gun barrel, so you know he's a useful player in this tank. Anyway, he's done the first run up there, spotted heavy tanks and 1 medium. Still quite a few tanks that haven't been spotted, and most of his heavy tanks are coming to the middle, and he's got a medium pack, which basically looks like they're relocating from the one line to go down through the city. So I'll keep an eye on that, but we're going to follow Mello mostly through this match, as he's going to be the most important player here. Anyway, he's now scouting the one line to see whether the enemy mediums or suspected mediums, because again, Fog of War, you don't know exactly what their lineup's going to be, but you'd expect potentially some extra mediums or fast heavy tanks like the 277. So he's just scouting the one line here to see whether that there's a push going on, and in fact he has spotted the mediums and heavies. So they get 277s, there's 3 of those, and an object 430U, which is more like a heavy medium tank, and spotted them coming, but they will know they're spotted, and they might stop that push and relocate around the map. So looks like some instructions going to the medium crew. I'm not sure if he's asking them to come back and defend from the spot that he's in right now, or whether he's telling them to go and push and wrap around the middle, while he knows that those tanks in the middle are basically isolated. But given the location of the 277s, unless they kept pushing, they could easily switch back and help. But it looks like they have continued a little bit. It looks like they're trying to get rear shots on the rest of it. Anyway, Mello's pushing in here, managed to take the STB-1 out with the help of his team, and just coming back and finding more tanks. A bit down on hit points here, and he's dodging a few shots there as well, trying to get rid of. Okay, so still got that chieftain ready to go. I think there's a bit of a bug in the replays here, not showing the health of that chieftain, not sure exactly why that is. And he's just taking a hit to his wheels, not uncommon for an EBR. They do manage to get rid of another chieftain, so they're down 1 tank now. But starting to get rid of some dangerous tanks now. Some capping going on. That's the object 430U, but he's got a Super Conqueror who has gone back and can probably reset. But they've just lost another tank in their medium, so they're 2 tanks down, and he's found a Super Conqueror here, so just circling to give him some attention. And can he stay away from the gun? No, he takes a hit there, but that's alright. At this stage of the game, gets a hit and return, nice high roll there. Working that Super Conqueror down. He's got an STB-1 with him to basically try and create crossfire. Gets another shot into the Super Conqueror, and STB-1 manages to take out the Super Conqueror, so it brings it back to a 1 tank disadvantage. So it just manages to get rid of the final chieftain. So it brings them up even, but they're still substantially down on hit points. And in fact, there goes their object 140. So pretty dynamic game here, but looks like VALOR are on the receiving end at this point, and not necessarily able to respond directly. Right, so he's got a object 277 there on 51 health. It's keeping him spotted. And does he need to shoot him? No, Super Conk manages to knock him out, so it brings them back to an even kill, but then they lose the Super Conk. Sorry, a different Super Conk. So it's just him, the Super Conqueror, and STB1. Took a big hit there from one of the 277s. I've got 4 tanks left versus 3, and there's a 277 giving the STB1 a hard time, so he's come down to help there. The STB1 needs to stay alive. Basically, he's taken another hit from a 277. That's putting him on 18 health. So that's not a desirable situation, but he can keep running as long as he can and use his view range to keep the 277s at bay. So he will have a reasonable view range advantage on the 277s, but as long as they keep close together, then they're not going to basically trap him largely, and the STB1 needs to stay alive and basically farm a bit of damage there. There's another one of the 277s on a one-shot. Takes a quick shot at the 277 there, which doesn't do any damage, but does some critical damage, but that's no use at this stage of the match. So it's now the hit point advantage is roughly 10 to 1. There are only 283 hit points between him and the STB1, so they're very much one-shots. The 277s were thinking they'd probably be loading HE at this point, but we'll see how that transpires. Now, what Mello is doing here is moving to the view range edge. He's going to try and keep those 277s right at the centre, but they nearly ran into one, get spotted, but none of them can take advantage of that. The 277, luckily for Mello, has got a fairly slow-moving turret in terms of turret rotation, so they won't be able to snapshot him, you would think, unless they're already aimed in his direction. Does get lit again there from the centre, I would say. And he's still lit as he comes towards the other 277, but he's just trying to basically see if we can get an angle on that tank. Now he's there, but he's actually hiding behind one of the pieces of wreck tanks on the map itself, so not offering a shot, but if you can keep him lit for the STB1 to take advantage of, that will help him reduce the hit points. But he's got to be worried about that 277 that was on the one line. Who knows where he'll pop up, and he'll be relatively close to Mello when that happens. Now there's the one-shot 277. He's pulling back to where the other one is, and maybe they're just going to gang up. But they really, if they're going to win this game, which they probably look like they do, they need to get rid of the STB1 and Mello as well, and probably Mello first if they can, to reduce the view range advantage that they've currently got. So that's pretty much the only thing in their favour, 2 guns and view range, but that can work wonders. So let's just see how that pans out. A bit of rash driving there, nearly upset him, but these tanks seem to have an ability to land on their feet. And now he's found the 277, and let's see, try and get his viewpoint. Okay, so he's trying to line him up. Goes dark, nothing seems to have happened there. He's got 8 premium rounds left, and then his HE. Oh, there's the 277 again. Just lining him up. No idea where that went, didn't even hit the tank. And one of the full health-ish 277 is now pushing on this STB1, so what's going to happen up there? Well, what we thought was going to happen, both of them have ganged up on the 277, sorry, an STB1, so it's just Mello left now against 3 tanks. They don't know where he is, although the 277 has been firing at, we'll have an idea what direction those came in from, so he'll know. But Mello is now relocating to change the angle again and get out through town, because, oh no, the 277 is pushing on him. Did he spot him? Yes, he did. 277s can move relatively quickly for a heavy tank. They can do up to 50 kilometres an hour with relative ease. But all they know now is he's run away in a certain direction. They don't know from the point he goes dark which way he will have gone. So it looks like Mello's coming back up into centre to try and spot them again and see if he can take them down. He's got a reasonable amount of time left. Didn't get spotted there, which is good. He did get spotted there. Now this is going to be dangerous. Finds them all, runs into a wreck. Luckily that didn't happen while they were facing him. But they certainly know where he is now, and they all came back to the middle, which is good tactics from the Indonesian team. but he's gone dark again, and they don't know exactly where he is. So again, he's going to put his view range circle right on the edge where the targets are. And a round comes in there. That was a good guess as to where he was. But he really has to start getting those guns out of the game. And then they've got to decide what they're going to do. 5 minutes to go. What do? Do they cap out, or do they try and chase him around the map and kill him? That could end up in a draw for them, which wouldn't be useful to them, as it gives you half the fame points for a battle. On the basic front, that's not a lot of fame points, maybe around 50-ish or so. So they really want the win to get the most points out of this. Alright, so they're now on cap. So they push down from the centre, and he's found that 277 on minimum hit points and disposed of him. Now, he hasn't been spotted yet, so there's still 2 tanks on the map. There they are. One's 665, the other one's 667, so that's going to be around 2 shots each. Gets 1 down to single shot. He's got 3 premium rounds left, and then he's on HE. Still hasn't been spotted. So he's just using the bushes, manages to get a kill. So that gets it down to even Stevens. He's still 18 hit points versus 665. He's got to shoot him twice, and if he gets in the wrong direction with the enemy's gun, that'll be all over for him. So he's got to manage this as carefully as he can. I'm assuming his team are all crowding around in Discord, either holding their breath or giving him a lot of encouragement. This is going to be a very tight game, and giving them a chance for the win is exactly what's going on here. So Melo's coming around here, going to use these bushes against the 277. Can he find where he is? This is going to be very tense here. He does spot him. Does he get spotted in return? No. Okay, so luckily he can now go and change the angle. The 277 will know he's been spotted, but he won't know from which direction. So which way will he go? Now hopefully he's heading away from where Melo is now. He'll get a shot into the rear. He's just got to light him up again. There he goes. Yes, he can get a rear shot. He knows he's been spotted again. Gets 1 in. Yes, gets him down to a 1 shot. So this is basically it. 1 shot versus 1 shot. 277 will be loaded. Melo's reloading now. Any blind shot coming in, he knows which direction it came from. He'll be heading back in this direction. Melo needs to relocate, which he's doing. Where's that 277? Can't pop up just yet. He'll be potentially too close. That 277 could have moved a long way. In fact, he has. There he is. Did he get spotted? No, he didn't. So again, using the terrain and the bushes to his advantage. He's going to drive away from him again. Okay, it's very risky right now. The 277 can move pretty quickly, and if Melo hangs around in one spot, he could be overrun quite easily. So even just a nudge would kill him if he managed to connect with him. He's coming around here to bushes around the cap area. So again, trying to put distance between him and the 277 using his view range advantage. But again, which way is the 277 going? That's the unknown at this point. He doesn't know exactly where he is. 2 minutes to go. This match is playing out very long for a 10v10, but this is the tense moment that both teams are basically looking to resolve in their own favour. The Indonesian guys will be hanging out saying, come on, you can do it, and the VALOR guys are going to be saying the same thing. So what's going to happen? Just tooling around the map here. I shouldn't say tooling, he's really picking these spots really carefully. Where is that 277? Is he just going to appear in front of him? There's a very large risk that will happen. Alright, no, he hasn't been spotted. Where is he? He could be down one of these, behind one of these berms, or he could be on the other side of the building, or a rock, and just pop out without you knowing. So he's just waiting. Here he's really got only a minute left. Well, what is he going to do? Is he going to force it, or is he going to wait for the draw? No, I don't think he'd want to wait for a draw at this stage. He's got nearly 5k of damage, which is going to give him a good return. And where is the enemy tank? He hasn't gone to camp. He wouldn't be that silly at this stage, because that would just advertise his position. And Melo's taking a big risk here coming up. He's got no idea where that 277 is. A lot of hiding places, and he's found him. Is he going to get him? 277 fires, hits him in the wheel. He knows he's fired, he's got plenty of time, takes his time, lines him up and shoots him. That was so lucky. If he'd fired HE, that would have been all over for Mallow and the team. But anyway, well done, boys, and a good result there for Valor.